This way.
You cheered them on if you were here for that drivers' parade a short time ago. But a reminder of who is out there competing in the junior odds today. Number 10 is Kian Staniford. Rio Osborne is number 58. 41 is Nicole Astelbert. 26 is Shannon Moore. And number 825 is Kian Pears. A special mention as well for Elsie Horton, who's the driver of car number 17. Not out there for the first junior rods race of the afternoon, over 8 laps. And these hatchbacks, the drivers between 10 and 16 years old, have provided great entertainment over the last few months. And they're sure to deliver again for one final meeting of 2020. The green flag's going. Problems early doors for number 10, Kian Staniford, allowing 58 Rio Osborne into an early lead. Followed by 26 Shannon Moore closely as they go down that back straight. And 825 Kian Pears with an excellent start there. He's got right up with the front two as they go round turn 4. And Kian Pears hot on the heels of 26 Shannon Moore, and indeed does overtake her to move into second place. Still behind 58 Rio Osborne, but it's neck and neck early on in this race. 26 Shannon Moore has dropped back into third place. And on that back straight, just showing his speed and his prowess there, number 825 Kian Pears moving into the lead. Changing the order at the front then. Leading is 825 Kian Pears. 58 Rio Osborne is in second, with 26 Shannon Moore in third place. And that was an electrifying start from 825 Kian Pears. He's set the raceway alight with his performances in 2020. And he's laying down a marker early on here. He's got the lead ahead of 58 Rio Osborne, just extending that slightly And he's getting such speed on those straights. 26 Shannon Moore within touching distance of 58 Rio Osborne. She'll be hoping she can overtake Osborne on the inside or the out. Doesn't really matter which route she takes, but holding a good racing line there is 58 Osborne and not allowing Moore to pass. 41 Nicole Astle-Bird has caught up with the front three, but there did seem to be problems for number 10, Cian Staniford, very, very early on in this race. Hopefully he's resolved them. It does look to be getting quicker, but still suffering from whatever problems hampered the start of his race. And just getting away from the chasing pack. 8.25, Cian Pearce extending that lead with each passing lap, and 2 laps to go. Pearce is on course for the opening win of the afternoon. Rio Osborne in second place still, but he is under pressure from not just 26 Shannon Moore, but 41 Nicole Astle-Bird is lurking in behind as well. All trailing by some distance. The man in pole position, 8.25, Cian Pearce. Well, he's had many victories in his debut season here at Onchan Raceway. It looks like he's starting the final meet of 2020 in a fashion he hopes to continue long into the future. The checkered flag is being readied, it's waving, and 8.25, Cian Pearce has the opening victory of the afternoon. 58 Rio Osborne takes second, and 26 Shannon Moore is in third place. A big performance to start the afternoon then from that young man in car 8.25. It's been some season. He had a on-track rivalry with 33 Shane Ellison, who's not here today. He's back in school in the UK. But your opening winner of the afternoon as he goes round for his victory lap, give it up for 8.25, Cian Pearce. Confirmation, your race winner, 8.25, Cian Pearce. Gemma Moore. Number 18 is Grant Crellin. He's a birthday boy tomorrow, turning 25. 70 is William Kane Squares. 77 is Robert Hooper. 24, Lee Jordan. 728, Tom Westbrook. And 457 is Tom Richards. Interchanges there early on. 30 Squares moving into second place as 337 Charlie Sigley leads the way, and contact there between Hooper and Kane goes spiralling out there into the middle, colliding with a marker tyre as 728 Tom Westbrook tries to go around the outside of 18 Grant Crellin, and that was almost very, very costly. And I'm quite amazed that there wasn't a huge collision with the safety fencing there, as 18 Grant Crellin just shifts into centre field. And 337 Charlie Sigley colliding with the outer fencing before 77 Robert Hooper smashes into the side of him. So Hooper moves into the lead. 23 Gemma Moore now in second place. There's a bit of a battle for second with 24 Lee Jordan hot on the heels of Gemma Moore, and she drifts wide, allowing him to try and take her on the inside before moving on to that back straight. It is Hooper who leads ahead of 24 Lee Jordan. 23 Gemma Moore is in third place with 728 Westy, Tom Westbrook in fourth. 457 in that shiny orange motor, Tom Richards currently coming up in fifth. But the wreckage of 337 Charlie Sigley just watching, stranded in the centre field as you hear the screech of tyres from 30 William Kane Squares, misjudging turn one there quite badly. And he's just drifting into centre field as well. 77 Robert Hooper it is who still leads ahead of 24 Lee Jordan as 728 Tom Westbrook goes ahead of 23 Gemma Moore into third place. And this race really heating up now. 23 Gemma Moore, the source of a lot of drama in the heavyweights throughout the 2020 campaign. She's now some distance from 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook, but 30 William Kane Squares is approaching her quickly as they go onto the back straight. And the collisions have somewhat eased up in the last few laps. And all this playing into the hands of 77 Robert Hooper, who comes round the final bend. He's going to move on to his final 2 laps. 2 laps to go then before 77 Robert Hooper is crowned winner of the opening bangers race of the afternoon, unless something magical happens. Almost a collision there between 30 William Kane and 23 Gemma Moore, but slight contact there as Gemma Moore just nudges 30 William Kane in the back. 77 Hooper on the back straight for the final time, his final lap as he comes up behind 457 Tom Richards. It has been a procession at the end of the day. One final collision there as he shows off, bullying 457 Tom Richards into the centre ground. But it's a win for 77 Robert Hooper to kickstart the afternoon in the bangers. A nice precursor ahead of that Demolition Derby later. Grant Crellin, whose birthday it is tomorrow, he's 25. Not the happiest of birthday meetings for him to start with. Not finishing the race after early collisions there. 337 Charlie Sigley also involved in a lot of the action. But collecting the checkered flag, he's going to go round and do his lap of honour. Let's hear it for your race winner, number 77, Robert Hooper. Information, your race winner, number 77, Robert Hooper. Plenty at stake here as well. The third of 3 meetings contesting the Sword of State. Plenty of worthy drivers capable of going on to cap off their season with success this afternoon. Great to see 358 Mark Hargreaves back out there on the track. Big Sav 101 Mike Savino, he's had a few terrific meetings over the last few weeks. He's one to watch as well, as is 357 Jamie Turnbull, who was untouchable 7 days ago. Can he have a repeat performance as the green flag's waving for the first time in the production rods this afternoon? Early gains there for 357 Jamie Turnbull, looking to go around the inside of 101 Mike Savino on that back straight and does successfully overtake. He's now leading 2 cars, not least 101 Mike Savino, but also 337 Steve Luton with a terrific overtake round turn 1 there. A burst of speed which just got him away from Savino, and he's now eyeing up 357 Jamie Turnbull in 2nd place. And how quick is Safety Steve looking very early on in that Meritech car. His partner in crime, 37 Windy Lee Merriweather, just doesn't have the speed to keep up with 337 Steve Luton. Braking hard there, 12 Tom Atkins, and he is under intense pressure from 357 Turnbull. Turnbull and Luton both hot on the heels of 12, says Stevie C, but I believe it's Tom Atkins. Big Sav it is, who is no longer in the running for this. big disappointment for him as 357 Turnbull does move into the lead. So change at the top of the order. 357 Turnbull leads ahead of 337 Steve Luton, 12 Tom Atkins in third, and 53 Josh French, and 358 Mark Hargreaves. Just having a mini battle there as they battle it out for fourth place on the track. Ahead by a nose at the moment is 53 Josh French, but powering back is 358 Mark Hargreaves, and he does indeed move into fourth. Was there a slight bit of contact there between 337 Steve Luton, 357 Jamie Turnbull? There really isn't much in this race at the front. Those two are getting away from their rivals out there on the track. Holding the advantage at the moment is 357 JT Jamie Turnbull. Well, we've seen the burst of speed that 337 Luton has in his locker, and he'll be feeling the pressure there for Turnbull. 358 Hargreaves is in third place, ahead of 53 Josh French in fourth. And Atkins dropping further back with 37 Windy Lee Merriweather moving into fifth place. Not long to go in this race then. We're heading on to our final lap, and 357 Jamie Turnbull is in pole position. Will there be one final twist in the tail? 337 Steve Luton has looked sharp throughout, but his time is running out if he's to do anything about 357 Jamie Turnbull winning this race. They go around the final bend, and there isn't going to be a change in the order. It will be Jamie Turnbull taking the championship. A thrilling encounter in the production rods to get us kick-started in this class this afternoon, and 357 Jamie Turnbull it is who's smiling at the end of it all. Well, Steve Luton will know he came within a whisker of changing the history books there and getting the checkered flag himself. He'll have to go again next time out. But warm applause from this bumper crowd here at Onchan Raceway as your winner goes round for his victory lap. Show some appreciation for the driver of car 357, Jamie Turnbull. Confirmation, your race winner 357 Jamie Turnbull. On the way then. As the ladies in the box keep up with the action, wake up at the back. Victory for 825 Cian Pearce in the opening contest in the junior odds. He's eyeing 2 from 2, standing in his way though, number 10 Cian Stanford, who had problems early on in race 1. He and his team will both be hoping that they've resolved those issues. Also out there, 58 Rio Osborne, 41 Nicole Astelbert, and 26 Shannon Moore. A couple of them a bit eager there for the rolling start. It is another 8-lapper, so there's not too much time for these young drivers to make their move. And we're racing again, and there's slight contact there between 41 Nicole Astelbert and 26 Gemma Moore. It's Gemma Moore who's come off the better though. She's gained a position ahead of 41 Nicole Astelbert, and 825 Cian Pearce around the outside on that back straight, also overtaking 41 Nicole Astelbert. Moving into 4th place is Cian Pearce. Many eyes will be on him after his performance in that first race of the afternoon, but 10 Kian Staniford has the lead early on. 58 Rio Osborne currently holding on to second place with pressure from 26 Shannon Moore and also 825 Kian Pearce, not too far behind second place 58 Rio Osborne himself. We've mentioned the length of this race, only 8 laps, meaning if you're going to make a move, you've got to make it quickly. But if there's not space there, trying to make a successful overtake manoeuvre can prove costly, and we've seen that time and again in the junior rods this season. Number 10, Kian Staniford, he's got himself a fair few wins in his maiden stock car racing season. It didn't quite work out for him as planned in that opening race, but it seems, touch wood, from his perspective, that all those issues have been resolved. And it looks like he's firing on all cylinders once again. There's no change in the top 3, but 825 Kian Pearce is trying to make moves there, and there was a little nudge into the back of 26 Shannon Moore. She'll be very aware that he is right behind her. But at the moment, he's just being thwarted and frustrated. And there's no change in the top order. 41 Nicole Astle-Burt is in 5th place, but she's not too far behind. It really is a very, very tight race as we reach the final 2 laps with number 10, Kian Staniford. Collision there. I think that was 825 Kian Pearce, and a large chunk of his car flies off past the outer safety fencing there, and a reminder as to why you should keep behind that white wall at all times. 58 Rio Osborne is in 2nd, but they're struggling to keep up with number 10, Kian Staniford. There's one final lap here. Staniford is in the lead ahead of 58 Rio Osborne. 825 Kian Pearce has struggled to break his way into that top 3. And number 10, Kian Staniford, will come round the final bend, and it's victory for number 10, Kian Staniford. Another collision there between 825 Kian Pearce, swiveling around 26 Shannon Moore. 41 Nicole Astle-Burt just applying the brakes there. Could have been disaster. And that's sportsmanship from 41 Nicole Astle-Burt. 26 Shannon Moore crossing the line there. But it wasn't the first time there was contact between those 2 cars in that race. A little bump from Kian Pearce a couple of laps prior. Didn't quite see how that unfolded around that final bend, but I did see the man who crossed the line first and who's going round for his lap of honour. Put your hands together for your race winner, number 10, Kian Staniford. Confirmation, your race winner, number 10, Kian Staniford. 10 more laps of bangers to come then. The green flag is waving. 23 Gemma Moore. 171 Ryan Edmonds. 77 Robert Hooper, 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook, and 24 Lee Jordan are the drivers out there in the bangers. There's 23 Gemma Moore almost clipping the back end of 171 Ryan Edmonds there. It's Edmonds who holds that early lead ahead of Moore with 77 Robert Hooper in 3rd. Little in it early doors of this 10-lap contest. 23 Gemma Moore under pressure from 77 Robert Hooper, who goes around the inside on the turn 2 there onto that back straight, and Gemma Moore now being forced out wide by 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook, and Westbrook moves into 3rd place seamlessly. And a battle now between Edmonds and 77 Robert Hooper, and it's Hooper who just makes that overtake look so easy, but turning around there. 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook applied the pressure onto 171 Ryan Edmonds before 23 Gemma Moore went pummeling into the side of 171 Ryan Edmonds. Doesn't seem to have affected him too badly though. He's back out there racing. Made of sterner stuff are these Bangers drivers, with 77 Robert Hooper in the lead ahead of 728 Tom Westbrook. And they're fairly evenly spaced out at the moment, so the drivers can breathe a big sigh of relief. But 77 Robert Hooper will be nervously looking over his shoulder and seeing the figure of 728 Tom Westbrook just advancing closer and closer to him. This race is far from done yet, even though 77 Robert Hooper has been in the lead for 3 or 4 laps now. Westbrook is closing in on that lead, narrowing the gap. Can he force a late move here? Distinct lack of coming together from these drivers. They're obviously saving themselves for the headline event later on today, but 3 laps to go, and 77 Robert Hooper it is who has the lead ahead of 728 Tom Westbrook. That's been the way this race has unfolded for quite some time now, and you would have to say it's between one of those 2 drivers who will pick up that checkered flag. 77 Robert Hooper got the opening win of the day in the Bangers. He's hoping for 2 from 2. He'll be the first to achieve that feat this afternoon if it does indeed come off. But doing all he can, all in his power, 728 Tom Westbrook is charging down every step of the way. The lead of 77 Robert Hooper. Is it just a step too far for 728 Tom Westbrook? Incredible speed there on the final lap from 77 Robert Hooper. Comes round the final bend, eyes on the prize, and he sees the job through. 77 Robert Hooper with 2 from 2 for him. Tom Westbrook claiming second there. Well, he was hunting him down all the way. Just showing how quick he can get. It is one of the quickest stock car racing tracks in the British Isles here at Onchan Raceway. And 77 Robert Hooper using that to his advantage there. He collects the checkered flag for the 2nd time today. He is your race winner, number 77, Robert Hooper. Confirmation, your race winner, number 77, Robert Hooper. And a further reminder, please keep your arms, legs, your whole body behind the white wall at all times as we head towards another production rods race. A brilliant win it was. In that opening race.
Who won the opening? Was it Jamie Turnbull?
For 357, Jamie Turnbull. 53, Josh French is back out there. 337, Steve Luton. He looks like he's one to watch. Came within a whisker of winning that first race, only to be denied at the last. 37 is Windy Lee Merriweather. 358 is Mark Hargreaves, and 538 is Ian Neal in the higher car. We're racing again. 12, Tom Atkins, the first through. And Atkins made a solid start before falling away somewhat in that opening race in the production rods. He'll be hoping he can stay at the right end of proceedings. for a little longer this time around and maybe claim a top 3 position. Competition out there on the track is rife. There are so many good drivers in this class. Not least 357 Jamie Turnbull, who's closing in on first place there. Just approaching number 12 Tom Atkins. Atkins being made to sweat early on here. 337 Steve Luton a bit further back. We've not quite seen the speeds that he got up to in that first race. Whether he's just warming himself up for a big finish. But 12 Atkins just looks like he's going to be passed around the outside by 357 Jamie Turnbull. And that is indeed what has happened. So Turnbull moves into the lead. Number 12, Tom Atkins, in second place now. But he's just been held up by the line of 357 Turnbull took there, and that's allowed the chasing pack to narrow the lead of those top 2-3 drivers. 337 Steve Luton hot on the heels of number 12 Tom Atkins now. Is still Jamie Turnbull in the lead. Windy's proving a figure of frustration for both 358 Mark Hargreaves and 53 Josh French. And that's helping actually the drivers ahead of him with 337 Steve Luton, the next to have a go at an attempted overtake around 12 Tom Atkins, and that almost proved very dangerous there for 337 Steve Luton. He drifted very wide there and came very close to contact with that outer safety fencing. And that could have put paid to any chance he had of winning this race. It looks slim at the moment as it stands. 357. Jamie Turnbull has a very, very healthy lead with 358. Mark Hargreaves there going round 53 Josh French and 37 Lee Merriweather. He's the next to try and overtake 12 Tom Atkins round the outside, going round turn 4 and again drifting wide. They are having to come very, very wide if they're passing 12 Tom Atkins. It seems a bit of debris on the track. That's something extra for the drivers to contend with. He's on his final lap. The lead hasn't seemed to have narrowed. It's been extended every step of the way. 357 Jamie Turnbull. It's a formality now for him, and he will indeed make it 2 from 2 for him. 337 safety Steve Luton in second. Mark Hargreaves with his late charge getting him third place out there on the track. Two huge performances from him. This one, he wasn't run as close as he was last time out, but he still had to maintain his concentration and his focus for the duration of the race. And that's something he did brilliantly from the first to the last lap. He is your race winner for the second time today. Let's hear it for number 357, Jamie Turnbull. Confirmation, your race winner, 357, Jamie Turnbull. Remember to keep behind the white wall at all times. Please keep behind the white wall at all times. It is for your own safety. More junior odds up next. Two different winners from the two races so far. 825 Cian Pearce with the opening win of the afternoon. Before number 10, Cian Staniford, who battled back from problems in that first race to claim the checker flag in race 2 of the afternoon. what does this contest have in store for us? 8 more laps of the junior odds. 5 cars out on the track. 41 Nicole Astelbert denying an early overtake from 825 Kian Pearce. Great spirit from her. Number 10 Kian Stanford leading the way early doors ahead of 58 Rio Osborne. 26 Shannon Moore is in 3rd place. And these drivers have given us a lot of drama, a lot of entertainment over the course of this season. It's been a massive learning curve for them. First time we've had this class of car at Onchan Raceway. Prior to this, the juniors used to race in the mini stocks. And there's contact there between 26 Shannon Moore and 58 Rio Osborne as they went round turn 4. Yellow flags are waving for the restart of racing. 10 Kian Stanford got 1 victory already this afternoon. He's after his 2nd in race 3 of the junior odds. He's ahead of 41 Nicole Astelbert and 825 Kian Pearce. Both of those past 58 Rio Osborne and 26 Shannon Moore, who collided not too seriously around turn 4. And you do wonder if this will play into the hands of 825 Kian Pearce. 10 Stanford leads. What a start though. You can see instantly what's in his mind from 825 Kian Pearce. Blistering stuff from that young man, and he moves into 2nd place. 10 Stanford though, he's got some distance between him and 2nd place. But we know just how quick Pearce can be. The battle of the Kians then, Stanford and Pearce in 1 and 2 respectively. 41 Nicole Astelbert remains in 3rd place. There's no change in that regard. The only change since the resumption of racing has been that Kian Pearce has moved ahead of 41 Nicole Astelbert. Now 3 laps remaining in this race, with both Stanford and Pearce who are in the top 2 positions. Both of those are after their 2nd victory of the afternoon, and there's 2 laps remaining. What can Kian Pearce produce in those 2 laps to unseat number 10 Kian Stanford at the top of the leaderboard in this race? 41 Nicole Astelbert, commendations to her. She's managed to stick with 825 Kian Pearce. She's had a very impressive season as well. She remains in 3rd place, and you just get the feeling the distance between 1st place and 2nd place is too much to be made up in such a short space of time. And 10 Kian Stanford it is, who claims his 2nd victory of the afternoon. Kian Pearce is in 2nd place with 41 Nicole Astelbert in 3rd. Well, Kian Stanford and his team will be absolutely thrilled with how that played out. Never easy when there's a break in play. We saw 825 Kian Pearce with the bit between his teeth, doing everything he can, or possibly could, try and catch up with the race leader, but in the end he couldn't get anywhere near him. For the 2nd time today, he is a race winner doing his lap of honour. Let's hear it for number 10, Kian Stanford. Confirmation, your race winner number 10, Kian Stanford. For the 3rd and final time today, the bangers are racing. 171 Ryan Edmonds, problems before he's even got going. 23 Gemma Moore is that first car through. Handbrake on for 77 Robert Hooper. Hooper has been in top form. 18 Grant Crellin though, the hard-hitting hero, as it says on the side of his car. He's having problems in the early stages of the race as well. 23 Gemma Moore drifts wide allowing 77 Robert Hooper the chance to move in front of her into pole position, and he doesn't need a second invitation, does he? Rounding 18, Grant Crellin around turn 3 as well, giving him clear distance, but 24 Lee Jordan crashing into the back of 18, Grant Crellin. A little look to the side from him as he passes the main stand here, moving into second place. Westie 728, Tom Westbrook is in third place, 23 Gemma Moore driving over the centre field. 77 Robert Hooper then, 2 wins already this afternoon. He's on a hat-trick, he's looking good for it in the early parts of this race. As 18 Grant Crellin just sits on a pile of tyres there, the marker tyres in the centre field. And it looks like he's still trying to get going. Could prove a fruitless task though, with 77 Robert Hooper miles out ahead of 24 Lee Jordan, although he's having problems getting around 23 Gemma Moore, and that could allow those who are behind the leader 77 Robert Hooper just to close that gap, with 24 Lee Jordan drifting too wide, and Westie moves ahead of Lee Jordan into second place. So the leader still remains 77 Robert Hooper, but we have a new man in second place. It's no longer 24 Lee Jordan. It's now 728 Tom Westbrook. With time running out in this race, 77 Hooper it is, who's got a clear lead on 728 Tom Westbrook. Still 3 laps though, there is still time for that to change. But he's so far out in front and there's not really much traffic ahead of him. It is 171. Ryan Edmonds tries to give his mate 18 Grant Crellin a helping hand. Fortunately, no dice at the moment. Hooper's still out in front. 728 Westbrook still in second. There's no change in the top 3 at all, actually, with 24 Lee Jordan in third. And there's a team effort to try and get 18 Grant Crellin off those tyres. I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately, guys, but top marks for trying. 77 Robert Hooper then rounding the final 2 bends. The checkered flag is in hand, and it is indeed a hat-trick for Hooper. 728 Westbrook in second, and 24 Lee Jordan in third. The red flag's out as well. That is the end of the race. Great efforts from 171 Ryan Edmonds and Kitten, the tractor driver, for trying to get 18 Grant Crellin off those. E&J Quality Butchers Bangers, this afternoon's meeting sponsored by Jack's Bar. And third place overall today, the driver of car number 24, Lee Jordan. In second place overall today, number 728, Westie, Tom Westbrook. But your overall winner today, in first place, number 77, the hat-trick hero, Robert Hooper. Moving on to the 2020 Banger Points Championship presentation. In third place overall on 96 points, number 23, Gemma Moore. In second place overall in the 2020 Points Championship, the driver of car number 728, Westie, Tom Westbrook. But in first place overall, he's been sensational all season. He is your overall winner in the 2020 Banger Points Championship. The driver of car number 24, Lee Jordan. Congratulations to third place Gemma Moore, second place Tom Westbrook, but your 2020 champion Lee Jordan. The next trophy is for the Bangers Newcomer of the Year for 2020, and that goes to the driver of car number 179, Jordan Halligan-Bunce. Let's hear it for the Invisible Man, Jordan Halligan-Bunce. Over the last 3 meetings, drivers in the Bangers have been competing for the 2020 Sword of State. And the winner on 49 points goes to number 24, Lee Jordan. Well, the Bangers are the heavyweights. They produce drama time and again. They always deliver entertainment here at Onchan Raceway. The next prize goes to your Bangers Entertainer of the Year, and this season it goes to the driver of car number 728, Westy Tom Westbrook. The Bangers Ladies Driver of the Year, proving that women can drive, although don't look at her car for evidence. It goes to number 23, Gemma Moore. And presenting the Ronnie Caulfield Shield winner for 2020 is Dave Sutcliffe. And this year, decided after the last race on 60 points, it goes to number 728. Once again, Westy Tom Westbrook. Let's hear it for the drivers as they go out in the bangers then. Your prize winners: Lee Jordan, Tom Westbrook, Robert Hooper, Gemma Moore. And the man who's not here, Jordan Halligan-Bunce as well. And the two on the truck as they go round with their trophies, Gemma Moore and Robert Hooper. This afternoon's meetings, but of the 2020 season, the points champion, I don't believe is here today, not racing anyway. The Maverick, number 22, Nick Ford. 357, Jamie Turnbull. He's had a couple of big performances to his name already today. Number 12 is Tom Atkins, 53 is Josh French, 337 safety Steve Luton, 37 is Windy Lee Merriweather, 358 Mark Hargreaves, and 538 is Ian Neal. As we're racing once again, and a trio of cars within touching distance of each other, headed by 53 Josh French. We've also got 37 Merriweather and 358 Mark Hargreaves in the mix there as well. Listen to that roar as they pass the main stand. No change at the top. 12 Tom Atkins still leading ahead of 357 Jamie Turnbull. A great bit of driving there from 358. Hargreaves has seen him overtake 37 Windy Lee Merriweather. Josh French though still heading that trio in the middle of the pack there, but for how long? I think there's a tiny bit of contact there. What's there from 358? Mark Hargreaves into the back of 53 Josh French. French is holding firm though. It's been a resilient performance from Josh French so far. He refuses to buckle to the pressure, not only from 358 Mark Hargreaves, but also from 37 Lee Merriweather as well. He's been intense pressure from the very start. We could see a new change at the top though with 357 Jamie Turnbull, who's on a hat-trick, looking to go around the outside of number 12 Tom Atkins on that back straight. 337 Steve Luton is in third place at the moment, and he's looked impressive from his first two races in the production rods. 53 Josh French may finally have been unseated in fourth place by 358 Mark Hargreaves as they advance onto that back straight once again. And it looks like finally his persistence may be paying off, but rallying back strongly, 53 Josh French refusing to give in. In the meantime, 337 Steve Luton has gone round 12 Tom Atkins into second place. So Turnbull with 3 laps to go in a familiar position, leading in the production box ahead of 337 Steve Luton. Finally, 53 Josh French has been rounded by 358 Mark Hargreaves, who now has his sights set on rounding number 12 Tom Atkins. 2 laps to go. It could be a grandstand finish here with 337 Steve Luton looking very, very strong, looking very quick. And as they go on to the straights, that could be where the race is won and lost. And 337 Steve Luton could reach out and touch the car of 357 Jamie Turnbull. One of these guys is on the hat-trick, the other one chasing his first win of the afternoon. It's advantage Turnbull as they go around the final 2 corners. Will there be a late burst? A late charge from 337 Steve Luton? No, there won't. The victory goes to Turnbull. Luton settles for second. 358 Hargreaves is in third. And a determined Josh French, who has been fourth for quite some time, doesn't manage to break into the top 3. He has to. As we head on to the presentations for the Swift Motors production rods, starting with this afternoon's meeting, sponsored by Jack Spa. In third place overall, the driver of car number 358, Mark Hargreaves. second place overall, number 337, safety, Steve Luton. But your overall winner with a hat-trick of wins today, the driver of car number 357, it's JT Jamie Turnbull. Moving on to the Swift Motors 2020 Production Rod Points Championship. In third place overall on 108 points, number 10, Mike Crane. On 156 points in second place in the Production Rod Points Championship for 2020, 337, Windy Lee Merriweather. And joint second place, 337, safety, Steve Luton. But your overall winner on 206 points. He claims to be the sexiest man in stock car racing globally. Known as the Maverick, number 22, Nick Ford. Your 2020 Production Rod Dagger of Honor champion, which has been contested over the last 3 meetings and will be presented by Mark Hargreaves, the driver of car number 357 on 58 points, Jamie Turnbull. The 2020 Production Rod Newcomer of the Year goes to the driver of car number 101, Big Sav, Mike Savino. Yeah, congratulations, Mike. The Production Rod Best Presented Car for the 2020 season, number 538, it's the hire car. Which we shall say is Ian Neal. It's number 69, Georgina Moore. Can I have a trophy? I am here. And the Entertainer of the Year for 2020 in the Production Rods, number 337, safety, Steve Luton. The next prize is for Best Crash of the Season, and it goes to number 10, Mike Crane. The next award is for good progress and goes to number 44, Saul Stapleton and Mandy Crane. Your 2020 Mechanic of the Year in the production rods is awarded to Marie Crane. I don't have any information, so I'm just gonna... What? You know... And now presented by Aidan O'Boyle. The award is for Always the Champion. It goes to number 10, Mike Crane. Congratulations to your 2020 production rod winners, Mark Hargreaves, Steve Luton, Jamie Turnbull, Mike Crane, Lee Merriweather, Vahaya Carr, Mike Savino, Georgina Moore, and your 2020 production rod points champion, Nick Ford. Final time this season then, the junior rods are preparing to race in front of this magnificent Onchan Raceway crowd. Number 10, Cian Staniford, has won 2 of the races so far this afternoon in this class. The other one going to 825 Cian Pearce. A collision in the last outing of these cars meant there was a brief halt in the action. Nicole Astle-Burt claimed 3rd place in that race. The collision was actually between 26 Shannon Moore and 58 Rio Osborne. And although these are strictly non-contact, there has been a considerable amount of contact throughout the season. And that's all part of the learning experience for these drivers between 10 and 16 years of age. A bright start there from 26 Shannon Moore, who just goes round the outside of number 10 Cian Staniford, and 825 Cian Pearce and 41 Nicole Astle-Burt, just having a little bit of contact there. 41 Astle-Burt coming the worst off there. She'll have to play catch up now for the remainder of this race. But it's a lead for 58 Rio Osborne, ahead of 26 Shannon Moore. 825 Cian Pearce looking menacing there though, as he tries to just intimidate the likes of number 10 Cian Staniford. And again, did he see some space that wasn't there, clipping the outside of number 10 Cian Staniford here. It will just be resumed from where we were talking about 2 laps into the contest. Obviously, number 10, Cian Staniford, and 41, Nicole Astle-Burt, will play no further part in the race. But we do still have 58, Rio Osborne, and 26, Shannon Moore. And despite his car being in the walls a bit in this race, 825 Cian Pearce remains in the running. A great little patch-up job there for him. '58 Rio Osborne will lead the way when the action officially resumes. And they're supposed to be strictly non-contact. But even the junior rods getting in the spirit of the end of season Demolition Derby mode, which does follow the prize presentation for the junior rods at the culmination of this race. Yellow flag still out before the green flag drops. We're racing once again. And with only 3 cars remaining in the race, do you wonder how the action will unfold? But 58 Rio Osborne will lead the way ahead of 26 Shannon Moore as they're around turn 4 and on to their first full lap of the restart. 26 Shannon Moore not too far behind 58 Rio Osborne, but she'll be aware that 825 Cian Pearce is right behind her, breathing down her neck every step of the way round. No change in the order after that lap though. Osborne leads Moore ahead of 825 Cian Pearce. It was an 8-lap race, so there wasn't too much time for them to make their moves before that brief pause in the racing action. With 3 laps to go though, 3 cars still out there, and there is still no change as Cian Pearce now seizes on a wide line from 26 Shannon Moore and effortlessly moves into 2nd place. So 58 Osborne leads 825 Cian Pearce now, and there could be a late charge from Pearce. 58 Osborne has led since the restart, but that's now in doubt following that overtake from 825 Cian Pearce. He went around the inside of 26 Shannon Moore with 1 lap to go. There's very little in this final junior rods race of the 2020 season. Who will it be who takes the plaudits? It's 58 Rio Osborne in pole position, but 825 Cian Pearce finishing strongly. They go round that final turn, and it's going to be end of season success for 58 Rio Osborne. Presentation awards on Sunday the 27th of September for the Window Wizard Junior Rods. This afternoon's meeting sponsored by Jack's Bar. In 3rd place overall, number 10, Cian Staniford. In 2nd place overall today, he won the final race of the afternoon of the season. He's in 2nd place today. It's number 58, Rio Osborne. But your overall winner today in the Window Wizard Junior Rods, he won the first race of the afternoon. It's number 825, Cian Pearce. And the overall points championship now for the Window Wizard Junior Rods. In third place overall on 154 points, number 26, Shannon Moore. 2 points ahead of Shannon on 156 points, claiming second overall for the season, number 58, Rio Osborne. But it has been a season to remember with a mammoth 250-point total. Your overall winner of the Window Wizard Junior Rod Points Championship for 2020, number 825, Kian Pierce. In the Junior Rods and the Jack and Marjorie Whitehead Trophy. Trophy presented to Steve and Yvonne Dillon. Looking handsome as ever there, Steve. Thank you for your hard work throughout the season.